And there we are.
Hey, nerd, how's it going?
Oh, we're doing really good, really good, really good.
Hey, Grace. Hey, Brenton.
Grace, Brandon, let's see, the Fisher wifey,
Hey, Shirley. Oh,
Shirley.
it's Teresa. There you are. Hey. Oh, well, sorry I was late,
And you're
y'all.
right, Shirley, we did miss you.
We did it. It's like, how long has it been? It's been like 2 days. Hey, Liam. Oh, no.
Good to see you, Liam.
I will not tell, I won't tell Santa on you. I promise.
Our little secret.
Yeah. Uh, Hopefully, y'all are doing better than me. I decided I wanted to, wear some coffee today, so that was fun. Forgot how to, catch a mouth situation. So yeah, I'm rocking a nice pseudo sunburn though. I just don't really want to do that for a tan. It's just not the way to do that. Oh no, I'm sorry to hear you're
Yeah,
sick.
yeah, Mouse. Your audio is breaking up. I don't know if mine is any better.
Oh, you know what? Hang on one
There
second.
you go.
I'm gonna. Can you hear me better now?
You sound okay.
I may
Okay.
have to reconnect my uh yeah, I may have to reconnect my mic. Okay, I'm gonna. I'll be right back.
Okay. I'll try to hold down the fort for you or for us. And I want to say, Shirley, I saw the disaster. Sorry that happened, and I'm glad you made it through. Very glad you made it through.
Okay, I reconnected my headset. Can y'all hear me now?
I hear you. You sound a little distant, but you're good.
Oh no.
Ben, good to see you. Welcome. And the mouse runs away again. And we all can mark the square tech issues. Oh. Yeah, Shirley, I did see the update video. And to tell you, I've been there, I don't know how many times. And Mr. Myers, good to see you. And I'm sure Mouse will be
Okay,
back shortly. There she is.
I think I'm back. I think I fixed it.
Okay.
Can you hear me? Okay. Do I still sound like
Yeah,
I'm across the room?
you're a little low, but it sounds okay to me.
Okay, hang on. I can turn myself up. So there is that. So let's. Is
Woohoo!
that better?
It works.
For some reason, I think it's coming through my. Oh, hang on. I'm gonna turn my camera off a second. I think it's trying to come through my camera versus my headset, and I don't know why it's doing that. Oh boy.
Because of your selections.
Is that any better?
There you go.
Okay, it was the
Volume
noise
wise.
suppression was on there.
Ah,
Do I still sound like I'm across the room?
No, you're not across the room. You're back in
Okay,
the
cool.
recliner right next to me.
Okay, there we go. Okay, so yeah, there we go. I think it was Restream's noise suppression stuff was messing with it, and it's raining here, so my internet goes to shit when it rains.
Well, of course.
So now that we've got the tech stuff, yeah,
Yeah.
Shirley, I saw that video. Oh my goodness, ooh, now I'm distorted. Hang on, I'm gonna go get a pair of wired headsets. There we go. We're just gonna fix this now. Nerd,
Oh, I
handle
get to
things
hold
for a
the
minute.
fort again. Okay.
Hold
I'll
the fort
hold the
again.
fort. I'll hold the fort. I think I can do that. I can do that. Uh, but and it's good to see those rice fish again. Uh, Still haven't gotten the Formosa out, but that's okay. You'll be pulling Formosa out for weeks, months.
Yeah, I'm still looking. Mr. Mouse is on the hunt for my other headset. So yeah, those Formosa, I'm still trying to get them out. I did get four of the big ones out, and then four more showed up. I don't know
Well,
where
of
they were at.
course.
They were probably
Like
in
I
the
say,
moss somewhere.
you're gonna be pulling them out of there for the next 2 months yet.
Oh yeah, I'm for certain I am because I know there's about a billion of them in that moss. All right, let me change my headset now. I'll be back again. Sorry, I keep
Okay. Fish fam, good
And
to see you.
here,
How
Grace
was my
asked a question.
Christmas? Well, my Christmas was okay, even though I had to work, but it was quiet. Nobody bothered me. Well, thank you, Shirley. I believe in uh, I believe in overplanting a tank. I was once asked, how many plants are too many? And I kind of looked at him funny and said, too many plants? When I set up a planted tank, I put in as many plants, and if I can still see substrate, I go get more. And if the fish have a hard time swimming through them, well, that's on them. And while we're waiting for Mouse to come back, we throw some food at him.
Okay, can you hear me now? I feel like a really bad commercial at this point.
That's okay.
Is this any better? It's got to be somewhat better.
It sounds good.
Okay, cool, awesome. Hopefully, I saw that, Shirley.
Of course, surely. Have you searched out any local clubs out by yet? I am a big advocate for clubs. I made the mouse get involved in her local club.
He did, and it was the best thing I ever did. Not gonna lie. Really glad I did that. Woo! Let's get a close up on those tanks.
Foxy!
Hey, Foxy! Yep, we are touching butts.
Touching butts. Oh. But now that we got things settled out tech wise, I have to say, when Mouse was playing around with the AI making the thumbnail, I was getting scared.
The AI was getting kind of crazy.
Yeah, the first couple made me look like a severe pedophile, but what I was getting leery on was how accurate it was at getting my image.
I know, and all I did was put in, uh, okay, like I should literally pull up like one of the things. Like I don't give like any like descriptions of what we look like. I just put in a nerdy guy that kind of looks like Santa, and that's what they gave me.
Well,
And it does look like nerd. It's so crazy.
here, let me do this. I mean, I have no problems showing myself here. Whoop, in
Oh,
the
there
middle.
we go.
How close can AI get?
Yeah, I mean it was kind of spot on. Hey April. Hey. Yeah, I was like,
Now,
man, that
trust
is
me,
kind of
I'm not
crazy.
standing up.
Yeah, because pants are optional. Waist up is all we
Winnie
need
the
here.
Pooh. We'll go back to the cute look, better looking stuff.
Oh, and you know what's crazy, Leon? Okay, the thumb where I'm making my thumbnails, it is it's the Microsoft Designer, and it's got like a built-in AI on it, so you can make the image and then say, "Hey, I want to turn this into a thumbnail," and then boom, it does it. So that's really easy, but most of the time I end up popping over into Canva and like cleaning it up a little. Like sometimes the chair legs are kind of like wobbly, they're kind of wavy. So, and um, right now I'm using Microsoft Designer Foxy, and sometimes I use the Microsoft Copilot, and occasionally I will use Facebook's AI to make some images. Those are the only three I've played with right now. So,
Did I miss April? Hi, April. Uh, and thank you, Fisher Wifey. It is the full winter coat. Come around April, May, it goes away.
yeah, Mr. Mouse he's also got a winter coat on right now, kind of scruffy. I keep trying to get him to shave it. Um, Liam, the AI I use, they are free to use.
April,
Oh man, April, I am so sorry to hear that.
I'm
I hope
sending happy thoughts for you.
absolutely. Um, yeah, it was crazy because the more specific I got, the crazier the pictures got. Like I should
Yeah,
really pull a couple of them up.
it still gave me the big gauges. I don't do those.
Yeah, every time I kept trying to give Fishner like silver hoop earrings, it just made the gauges bigger and bigger. And I was like, "What are you doing? Like, you got to stop this! Come on!"
Of course, I did
Um,
like the one where I was all tatted up too.
yeah, let me see if I can find that one, and I'll show everyone that one real quick.
Well, not the one where you're basically on my lap in the see-through nightie. Yeah, that
Yeah, that was crazy, and I think it was because I had put in there that he looks like Santa. So I was trying to put us in recliners side by side, and it kept setting me on his lap, and I was like, "No, you have to stop
I
that. I
was
want to
looking
be
like an
beside
old
him."
guy holding a young girl, and yeah, I have the right to remain silent.
Now, see this one. This one was actually one of my my favorite ones right here, and I should have used this one. And I started to hang on. Let me see if I can share this.
I like the one you did use.
Yeah, I mean, I like the one I used too, but this one was, you know what? There's got to be a way I can open it in a window. So let me see if I can do that. Because it was actually, I mean, it was like animated instead of like realistic, but it was pretty good. I
Of course,
made
and then
like
it was
50 of them.
also putting fish swimming through the middle of the room too.
Yeah, there were fish just like laying beside us on the floor and flying, in the air next to us. I was like, come on, dude, that's not cool. It was like I said, the fish need to be in the tank, in the tank. I may have to open it. Oh, let's. You know what? Let me. Oh, this thing is not cooperating.
Oh well.
Well, you know what? This is a window, so this should work. Okay, hang on. Oh, this one was one I didn't show you either. But like, it kind of put my toe. It gave me human toes and them sticking out of my feet, and it had us both in toxic eggnog shirts. And this is why you shouldn't put yeah, don't ever put trailer in your AI description because it might get really weird at that point. There we go. Here we go.
Jeff, the two Jeffs made it.
Jeff and Jeff.
I kind of
Oh
like
man.
that one.
Yeah, like I was like, well, I could crop the feet out. I was like, maybe I could go to Canva and put some different shoes in, and we've got extra eggnog on the floor, so
Of
there was
course,
that.
of course, the
So
mouse in the tank. That
yeah, there was a mouse in the tank. Like,
and the
come on.
ostrich fern in the tank. Okay.
Like, yeah, I was like, yeah, the AI got a little wonky last night, so I was like, we'll just stop here, and then, oh man, I need to find the one with you with all the tattoos. That was hilarious. You know what? That one I know we have in Discord, so let me go find that real quick. If anyone has Discord, I do have Discord, and yeah, let me
I
open
am
that
as
real
well.
quick. I need to put my Discord name in my about stuff. I am so behind on doing everything.
I should actually do something with my channel.
Yeah, you really should.
I
I
really
keep
should.
you really should do that.
And I was talking with Branton earlier about, and I think I was talking with you earlier. I'm trying to put together one of those fish club speaking things and of the Confessions of an Aquarium Addict.
Yeah.
And I'm actually kind of having fun.
Yeah.
It's just a bunch of scribbled notes right now, but eventually it'll come together.
I really think you should do that. This was my other favorite one. This one almost made the cut. It might be our next live stream um, thumbnail, but I did like that one a
Yep,
lot.
minus the gauges.
And then I kept trying to get it to give him silver hoops and recreate that picture, and it wouldn't. And then I forgot to tell it to put the eggnog in there. So yeah, I
Yeah,
was. But see, it got his picture kind of close, and like I can read the prompt to you because I still have it. Like saves like every okay. when I use Microsoft Designer to make my thumbnails, it'll give you 4 images to choose from, and you can either take them all or take one or take none. But it does save them for you. So if you go back later and you're like, hey, I wanted to use that one, where is it? It still saves them like that for you. So how did I get the window stacked? This one was, yeah, I didn't know what these little things were. Underneath the screen, there's like different boxes, and for a long time I didn't know what those were. And apparently, you click on them and it'll change the screen around for you. So I was like, well, that's kind of cool. So yeah, it took me about 3 weeks to realize that's what those were. But yeah, uh, I think it gives you like six options on the free one. Um, Surely I will get back with you about New Year's. I don't think I am live streaming. Um, New Year's Eve slash day is mine and Mr. Mousie's 20th anniversary. So me and him, I think we're gonna go.
You're gonna run away.
Yeah, we're gonna run away for a couple of days and leave the kids at home with to take care of the other adults that are here. So
With
hopefully
explicit instructions on how and what to feed the fish.
yes, and not to set a fire in the fireplace until we get back. So yeah, so I'm not sure. Hopefully, he'll let me know for sure if he's going to get the time off at work, and I'll know what days we're going. Because if we can't go during the week, I think we're going to go next weekend. But I'll obviously I'll let Nerd know, and
Oh
we'll
yeah.
figure everything out with the stream. And they did change something else in Restream that I really liked. Oh, we have. Oh, that's me screen sharing. Okay, that threw me off there for a minute. Um, it did let you take the names off, but I think that was just I think they were just testing that. So I don't know if it's still letting you do it or not. But it was letting you take all the names off of the like the people in your stream. That may be a paid feature now. I was hoping they would leave it because that would have been really cool. Thank you, Jeff. I appreciate that. And okay, um, can you hear me there?
Yeah, I hear you. You're
Okay,
good.
everything got real quiet. I was like, I don't like it when things go quiet. I was like,
I,
oh no,
I
what did I
was
do?
uh I was keeping a certain little black kitty from taking out my camera.
Oh, oh yeah, yeah. He does like to do that, or she. I forget if it's he or
She
she.
she she's a little pain like that, but we love her.
Yeah, Beryl has stopped, being so pain like, but he still gets into his shenanigans every once in a while, and I gotta stop him from drinking the tank water. Um, so I was talking to Nerd yesterday, and I had to call him at like 8 in the morning. I should have been live streaming, and I wasn't, so I'm kicking my own butt for that. So morning streams are starting again, hopefully next week, or maybe after my anniversary. Like I said, I'll have to figure out what's going on, but I am going to start the morning streaming again. um, I went to give the Epistos their morning brine shrimp. So I sat there and I was, filtering them all out of the cups, giving them a good rinse before I popped them in. And all of a sudden, I put them in the tank, and Mrs. Episto darts out of her cave, grabs 2 mouthfuls, and runs right back to the cave. And I'm like, that's weird. She hasn't done that in a long time. And then the next thing I know, I'm looking at the cave and there's like things popping right at the front of the cave. And I'm like, oh, I know what that is. And then 20 minutes later, as I'm on the phone with Nerd, here she comes out of the cave with a whole line full of Episto babies. So now I have about 3,000 Episto babies.
Brood number 2.
Yep, brood number 2 has hatched. So I have got a lot of Epistos. So whoever has the next auction, I will probably have a pair for the auction. I'm hoping. I'm hoping they're big enough. Of course, Nerd's
And
gonna get
if
a couple of pairs.
and if not, yeah, if they aren't grown up enough for pairs, maybe a little group of 5 of them, 5
Yeah,
young, you grow them up, and yeah, that's my favorite way of getting fish, and let them let them grow up together and pair off on their own,
yeah,
and then you have to figure out what to do with the odd ones out.
yeah. So yeah, right now I'm the ones that I do have, the babies I do have are I'm starting to be able to tell which ones are going to be the boys and which ones are going to be the girls because their body length is a little different. And Jeff, absolutely, if you want to get some of the episodes I've got, me and you will get together. We'll talk to because I have a lot of them now at this point. um, yeah, got a lot of pistos. And then I found out that Santa is delivering new fish between the second and the third. So that's
Woohoo!
another thing I have to figure out what's going on with our anniversary and where we're going to be. Because if I'm not going to be here, then I have to get the kids ready to acclimate fish for me. Kind of a little scared, but
Explicit instructions, and you're
there
probably
will,
going to have to give them the nerd's phone number, and
yeah, give them your phone number, do a video call, something.
yep.
um, you wanna tell them what Santa got me?
Nope. It's going to
Nope.
be a complete and total surprise.
Okay, so that one's gonna be a surprise, but it's gonna go in my angelfish tank. So hopefully the angels don't eat them.
Angels won't eat them. From what the listing said, they're plenty big. And
Yeah.
Jeff, I'm sure one way or another we can get you a small group of these baby apistos,
Oh yeah.
and then we can sit down and we can figure out why you can't get your apistos to spawn.
Yeah. I as the holidays prepped up closer on me, like I've got a ton of stuff I could be breeding right now, and I should really be working on that. Obviously, like I've still got the mops in with my rice fish because they're every day they lay eggs. So I'm gonna collect as many of those as possible. But I've still got Danios spitting out eggs, and my
Oh,
angels are
surely
still
I
trying.
could use some of those baby bristlenose. I've lost a lot of mine.
Yeah. My bristle nose are obviously they keep spitting out fry. Mr. Whiskers and Stella have really started going at it a lot.
Yeah.
Like every 6 weeks, I've got this is like the third time now. So yay!
So
Um,
you're getting full of baby bristlenose too.
yeah, I still have no albinos yet. No albinos. My super reds are still too young. So I'm hoping by spring the my longfin albinos will be will be spitting out some babies too. So yeah, and me and Nerd are gonna start practicing shipping to each other. Well, he's already shipped stuff to me, but I'm gonna start shipping stuff to him. So yeah. See, I probably should have asked around when I was looking for another longfin albino male. I have 5 longfin albinos now trying to get a male. I got one female that had bristles, but they were just like right around the lip. Yeah. So, yeah, I thought it was a male. The person who bred them thought it was a male. It was not a male. It was female.
Generally, there isn't much problem with inbreeding. It's commonly referred to as line breeding.
Sales,
Uh,
trades,
as
it
I've
all goes
always said,
down.
anybody who has bristle nose has more bristle nose than they ever know what to do with. Except for
Yeah.
me, you know, in my heyday, gosh, with all the tanks that were up and running in the basement, I could never get enough of them, and I was breeding them constant. I think I had at one point 7 breeding pairs, so I constantly had new pleco fry.
Yeah, I need to. I'm thinking I'm gonna throw a couple of the little babies in this tank because my substrate's starting to look real bad in there. So yeah, need to get the need. Yeah,
Yep,
snails aren't a problem in this tank for some odd reason, but Mr. Whisker's tank is just like completely taken over.
yeah. No, you'll find out moving young bristlenose around, and yeah, I'll always move a couple of young ones to any tank, and they just they do really well.
Yeah, I've got them everywhere now.
Uh-oh, it got silent.
Oh no,
Eh,
it happens. You know,
the thought train slightly derailed.
oh yeah. It's sometimes my chat, and that's why I kind of like to put it up on the screen too for everyone to see. Um,
Axolotls, I've always thought about axolotls and then realized, nah, I don't want to play with them.
and I would love to get axolotls, but where I live, we get about our summers get upwards of 100 degrees. I'm not worried about the winters. The winters they'd be great, but summers might be kind of harsh on them here. And I've known a few people in my area that tried to keep them, and they just couldn't do it because of the heat. So maybe one day when like I have better like central uh, AC, yeah, I'll get some axolotls. But
Or we can afford to get the chiller on the tank.
yeah, or a chiller. But yeah, for now I'm just doing the fishing. I'd love to have an axolotl. Um,
Oh, they're
uh,
they're so cute, and they're really neat. My problem with axolotls is everyone I've known that has ever had axolotls has way too many axolotls. And yeah, I don't need to be making hundreds of axolotls that I won't have a home for.
yeah, and hey, Mippet,
Nip it.
good to see ya. Man, those egg watches at Foxy's. does are freaking awesome. Not gonna lie, I saw her doing it. I was like, man, I want one of those cameras now. That thing is kind of cool. And I'm gonna start another brine shrimp colony, mostly for feeding, uh, because the other ones I can't feed those to the fish. Those are protected sea monkeys, and they're sea monkeys. They're not brine shrimp. There is a distinction, not a very big one, but there is. But those are protected, so I can't feed those to the fish. But I am going to start a second one specifically for feeding, and yeah, yeah. Secret axolotls to only hatch them. See, that's my problem. I see eggs and I'm like, I want to hatch them all. I want all of the babies.
Oh, and surely, yeah, 27, 28 tanks. That's a good start. I told you that before. It's a good start. And there's always room for another tank. You'll find out we aquarium addicts yeah, we're a terrible support group. We'll talk you into moving the couch out so you can put up another tank.
And he did talk me into moving the couch out to put in another tank. So you think it's a joke? I don't have a living room anymore. Right now, the room I'm in, it was my living room. It's now a fish room. I do have a den that was actually bigger than the living room, if you can believe that. So it's okay that I did get rid of one of them, except um, now everyone's like, why is there fish tanks everywhere? And I am gonna have to set up like 3 more tanks. So
And yes, before anybody says any true aquarium addict has at least one tank in the bathroom.
I do. I do.
Bathroom tanks are awesome places for fry tanks.
I do have 2 bathrooms, but my second bathroom is not big enough to put a tank in. And my kids already said no because that's their bathroom. They said no, no, mom, you can't do that. I was like, hey, it's my house, and they were like, yeah, but it's our bathroom. We clean it. I was like, okay, fair on that one. I will give you
Little
that.
5 gallon right there on the counter next to the sink. So when you go in and brush your teeth, you can feed the fry.
I did try to talk Mr. Mousy into taking my garden tub out so I could just put a rat in there for aquariums, and he said no. And I think it's mostly because he just doesn't want to have to demolish the tub. It's a huge garden tub. I mean, it's huge. I was like, well, could I use the tub as a tank? And he said no to that too. So,
Oh,
I tried. I
yeah,
tried.
that all of that's going into my little tank talk of signs that I might be an aquarium addict. You drive down the road, you see someone throwing out an old bathtub, and you stop and think, I could raise guppies in that. You might be an addict.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Every time I go down the road and I see someone has put out an aquarium or aquarium equipment, I do stop and check it out because if it's worth taking, I do take it. I'm like, are you sure you don't want that? And they're like, yeah, no, we don't want that. And I'm like, I'm gonna take this. And they're like, cool. And I'm like, yeah.
Or you're cruising Facebook Marketplace and somebody is giving away an old hot tub. Hmm. African cichlids. Yes.
The best find I got off of Facebook Marketplace, and it wasn't actually Facebook Marketplace. It was my aquarium club's Facebook group. It was 125 gallon aquarium stand that the guy had built himself out of wood, and it's a great stand. I am currently not using it as an aquarium stand. I have turned it into something different. But man, if I could have a 125-gallon tank, there would be one on it.
Jeff, the term is not pusher. It is enabler. There is a difference. The pusher has is bad. Enabler is good.
Oh man, Liam, that is awesome.
Yeah, I've done similar. Um, the pedicure fishes. Uh, yeah, those are kind of fun. Should you get a fish? Of course, you need to get a fish.
Absolutely. I used to babysit a couple of little girls. They're like 5 and 3 right now, and they have an older sister. And they hadn't been over since I had started fish keeping. Well, since I had gotten more tanks. They were here when had started the Sea Monkey project and set up my first aquarium, but they hadn't been over in a while. I had some stuff going on, couldn't babysit them anymore. It was really sad, and it kind of sucks. But they finally came over, and this was about 6 months ago, and they saw all of the aquariums, and they wanted fish. So they literally left the house and told their mom they wanted to get fish. So they have aquariums now. I still owe the 5-year-old an angelfish. She wants an angelfish. So I told her when they got old enough and I could find her a tank big enough, I would get her one. So yeah, it looks like she might be getting an angelfish pretty soon. Start them young, get them into it young.
Oh yeah. And wise old man once said, "You get a child interested in the aquarium hobby, they will grow up to never have enough money for drugs and alcohol."
Oh, um, so the closest thing I've gone to swimming with some fish is in Georgia. Okay, I live in Georgia, and there is a state park in Jackson, Georgia, and there's a spring there. It's not exactly a hot spring, but you can get like spring water. They have like a little setup where you can take jugs and get spring water out of the spring. And then there's a lake you can go swimming in. So we had taken the kids, my kids, and at the time they were like 3, 6. Um, my oldest was 13, and my niece was probably 14. And we got in the lake and we're all swimming around and we keep getting pelted by fish. They were mad we were in the water, so they kept nipping at our legs and they grabbed one of the kids' toes. My kids haven't gotten back in a lake since then. They were like, no, Mom, the fish are
Oh
gonna
yeah,
get us.
yeah. I've gone swimming in the lakes, and yeah, had the little fish come and bump into you. But then I've also had I did have the pedicure fish, the Gara rufa, and yeah, getting them trained. It takes a little bit to get them trained, but once they're trained, you stick a hand in, and at any of the Gara, the panda, the rufa, I think there's about three or four, if I remember right. But they will all act the same and come and give you a pedicure or a manicure.
Also, I'm not sure if it's Australia or New Zealand. I'll have to go back and look. It might be Australia. Um, but there's one aquarium or fish channel that I watch. Um, keeping fish simple or something like that. Fish keeping simple, something like that. He's in Australia, and he went to a it was like a stream. It was full of glass shrimp. Like everywhere
Oh,
you walked in that stream, there were glass shrimp everywhere. I was like, man, that would be cool. Just go
that
and
would be.
grab a cup of shrimp, like just scoop them out and be like, woohoo! I don't have to go buy them. I just scoop them out of the water. Woohoo! Like we do not get little shrimp like that in Georgia.
Oh, Craig snuck
Oh,
in.
hey, Craig's Catfish Cave. Now that would yeah, I can that would probably be something I would do. Be like, well, they said it was, and actually, I kind of have done something like that with plants. Oh, it's supposed to be this plant. It is not that plant.
Oh yeah, always room for more plants.
Yeah, I thought I was buying Ludwigia, and it was not. Okay,
No,
yeah, I was wondering if I couldn't remember if it was New Zealand or if it was Australia, but man, like I would take that flight just to go see that place. I was like, but if I go to New Zealand, then I have to go to Australia. So,
well, yeah,
I'll just go both anyway. So there you go.
yeah. It's
Hey,
just a
Mike
hop, skip, and a
Myers.
jump.
I mean, they're close enough. It's.
Yeah. Now, I do know down in Mexico they have the spas with the pools of Gara in there, and I know in Indonesia and Asia, a lot of places they have the spas with the Gara tanks or ponds and thousands of them. And it would be fun to go one of these days.
Yeah, it would be fun to go. Just let me get these guys some fish wings because they are looks like they're chasing each other around over here. And every time I watch the fish channels from Asia, um, it's it's just amazing, like the fish they have and how many of them they have. It's like, man,
Yeah, but surely those spiders taste good. Ask
those
Nippet.
spiders just want to be your ask Snippet. See, those spiders just want to be friends with you. You just got to know how to talk to them. That's all. Yeah, you just gotta,
Yeah, a little butter in the frying pan, spider. We're good.
just
Salt,
don't lick the
pepper.
toads. I hear those are kind of poisonous. I mean,
Uh,
we have poison dart frogs in the U.S., so you don't want to lick those either. Oh, uh, a cat jump. Sorry about that. Yeah, that would not be fun. Like
that one I haven't heard of.
if I only had
That
my
I haven't heard
own,
of.
yeah, yeah. I don't think I'm just gonna go to like shove my feet in with
Okay.
I kind of feel the same way. I don't like spiders either.
It's better than well, better to use the Gara than say wolf cichlids or tigerfish or
Rusty
things with
cheese
big
grater,
teeth.
you know.
Although I do remember up here there was one of those little. nature places where they have injured animals taken from the wild that were just a little too injured to release back. And eagles and foxes and wolves, and they had a tank with muskie in it. And I guess the fun story they have is the guy decided to try to pet the muskie. Now, anyone who has ever dealt with a muskie should know that they're number one, they're big and they got a lot of teeth
Mm-mm.
and they don't like to be petted. This guy was so upset that yeah, the fish decided to take a bite out of him. All he wanted to do was to pet the muskie.
That muskie said nope, 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 nope.
That muskie said, "Your finger looks like food."
It's like, I'm gonna snack on that.
Well, considering I think the fish in question was quite a large trophy size, getting 4.5 foot long, and yeah, and the whole front end of them is just mouth with teeth,
Oh, yeah, no thank you to that.
and it's so neat to see a muskie in the wild because yeah, they swim like they don't care because they don't because there is nothing else in that water that's going to mess with one.
Yeah, I think Shirley's right about that one. That one said no, and you should just leave it alone.
Yeah, kind of like the tourists out in Yellowstone getting out. Take my picture with the buffalo.
Or the bear.
Oh, it's a bear. I want to give him a hug.
We joke.
Yeah, let me know how that works.
Like, we joke around with my sister in law because, okay, if there's an animal and she sees it, she falls in love with it. No matter what it is, she doesn't care if it's going to eat her. But there was one night, okay, in Georgia, we have armadillo. But the only armadillo that Georgia has is the one that carries leprosy. I believe it's the 13 banded or the 7 banded. It's one of
7.
those two. 7 banded. 7 banded armadillo. So you're told pretty much at a young age, do not touch the armadillo. Just do not do it. Leave them alone. Plus, have you ever seen their claws? Like, they will rip you open. One night, she's out there feeding some stray cats in the yard, and she's talking to someone. And my sister looks out, and it was an armadillo, and she didn't know it was an armadillo until she went down. She reached down and started to pet it, and realized, oh shit, that's not a cat.
There's no fur.
There's no fur, and that thing was just sitting there, just taking the little. As she was dropping the cat food, it's just eating it, and I was like, "Oh my god, you are gonna die one day because you touched the wrong thing, lady." So yeah, we joke, but yeah, she can't go on safari because she'll see a lion or a tiger, you know, hippo, and it's gonna eat her. It's gonna crush her. Or it's gonna eat her. It's gonna do one of the two. It's like, man, I see that big thing. I'm not. There's no way in heck.
Well, I will say I had the opportunity to one time pet a tiger. And I will tell anyone, you ever get an opportunity to pet a tiger, it is some of the softest fur you've ever felt.
Now, see, that's kind of cool. And yeah, like if it's like a situation like you can touch it and that's fine. It's not a wild animal. Then yeah,
Yeah.
You know.
And yes, it was a controlled environment.
I had to put that one up there.
So
Nope.
other than our mystery fish showing up in a week or so, any other projects on the horizon in the Flying Mouse Aquatics?
Um, well, I have the Danios that I have to start breeding. Um, Danger Danio is still kicking it. He's actually looking like a Danio now. Um,
Good.
what else were we talking about that I was gonna do? Oh my goodness. Um, the Angels, obviously. We got that new one, you know. Um, yeah, there's probably another one coming up. I can't remember right now because there were like 3 or 4 different things I was looking at, and my favorite fishy enabler, me and them were, don't know who that could be, Keith,
Oh,
you
no.
know, but we were
We'll
looking at a few.
remain unnamed.
We were looking at a few things on there, so yeah, I would like to get some pygmy cories, so of course I have to get my cories that I actually have already to spawn and not get their eggs eaten, but there's time for
Well,
that.
right. Eventually, set up another tank for just the Corys, and then you'll get that spawn you wanted.
Yeah. Um, and I know all of the rice fish are going into totes as soon as the weather warms up. In the totes, outside, there we're just gonna see how many rice fish we can get this summer, and yeah, I would like to get some blue acara too, but we'll see how the other thing goes first, and then we'll decide on, I guess, the other thing. Start with one,
Yeah.
and then go into another one. Less than a week. Let's see. Today's the 28th, and they are supposed to get here. He said by the 3rd, so by Friday. Wow. So hopefully, okay, yeah, I'll talk to Mr. Mouse, but hopefully they'll be here by the stream on the 4th. If they're
Woohoo.
not here the day before, they should be here the day of. That's going to be interesting.
Yes, it will. I'm interested to see what size they come.
Yeah, I mean the pictures were pretty awesome. So yes, Mrs. Robinson. We already have a Stella. I guess we need a Mrs. Robinson now. So what about you? You got it? You got any more projects coming up?
Well, the 26th is Southern Wisconsin swap meet that the people that are putting it on actually reached out and asked if I would help do the setup and tear down, which, hey, I'm going to be there anyway, so might as well. I've made the last two and I'll make this one, and hopefully I will have 2, 3 tanks ready to go if I see something that catches my eye. Nothing fully planned. But then that's the way chaos go. You can never plan for chaos.
Yeah. Well, yeah, because I went to the swap. My first swap, I went thinking I'm gonna only get one thing, and my first auction was even worse. But yeah, I ended up having to come home and like put fish in buckets because I didn't have tanks set up. It's like, oops, I kind of went a little crazy.
Yes, swaps and auctions are dangerous, especially if you have empty tanks.
Hmm.
And that was another thing when I saw Shirley's disaster. I remember having a couple of those and going, well, I guess that makes room for something new. This is how you know you're an addict.
Hmm. Like, well, I get to buy new fish. Yeah.
There's always a bright side. Oh gosh, I lost this whole tank. All right, clean it out. Let's find something else to put in there.
I do,
No,
there.
they do not stay empty for long.
Yeah, empty tanks. Yeah, they really don't. It's like I have this 110-gallon tank, and I keep saying, "Oh, I could really just get some more mystery snails and put it in this tank," but I also need to set up another tank for my Nepistos that I now have 3 million of.
What I might suggest with that 10-gallon, move your baby Epistos in there and your bigger Corys.
Okay. Yeah,
So
because those baby Epistos
I
are.
don't think the young Epistos are gonna, be able to keep up with the amount of Cory eggs that they would be laying.
Yeah, and they're still kind of small. I mean, only one of the baby Epistos actually has any color to it at the moment. So, yeah. Um, I think they'd be okay if we put them in there. Um, and the Corys don't generally like to go into the
Wait.
cave.
Shirley, you're worried about cost? You're in the aquarium hobby. Everything costs. I have foregone putting brakes on the cars to get fish.
And it hurt. I had a 40 breeder. A 40 breeder is like the largest tank I could probably set up in my house. And I had it, and I was like, man, one day I'm going to set this bad boy up. I did get rid of it. Only because, like, it was just big, and I just didn't have the room. So, yeah, I did get rid of the 40 breeder, which was really good because if I kept that 40 breeder and gone to the fish auction, it would have been set up the next day. And I would have had a whole slew of fish for it. I'd have come back with all the fish. I'd have been like, I'm going to get that one and that one and that one. And then I would have been like, I need help. I just really did a bad thing at the auction. And then I'd lose my credit cards again. Because I've only done that like 3 times already.
Yep.
I had a
And the
plant buying
easiest,
problem.
yeah. And then everyone thinks, oh, yeah, I can get these fish. I can breed a lot of them and I can sell them and I can get rich. The easiest way to make $1 million with fish is to start with 2 million.
Hmm. Yeah, and um, Shirley, the reason, like, I know Fish Nerd had mentioned about getting into your local club. I'm talking to this one guy that's my club has like a forum for the club members that we can talk to if we want to like trade stuff or if we have stuff we want to get rid of. He's got a canister tank or canister tank, a canister filter that he just wants to give away. And if someone doesn't go and get it before our next meeting, then I'm going to get a new canister filter. It was only used for like 3 months, and the guy decided he didn't like it. So yeah. The only thing that sucks is he was using a mop bucket to like wheel it around in, and he's not getting rid of the mop bucket. So I'm gonna have to provide my own, wheels to move the canister filter around,
Yeah.
from the tank to the bathroom. So you can get some awesome stuff from people that just want to get rid of stuff in your local fish club.
Oh
Like,
yeah, and it's also the great place to find the enablers going, yeah, I just bred 200 of these rare fish. You want some? Here. In fact, Steve that was on with us last week, I don't know how many times he's done that. Showed up at a meeting, he's like, "Here, raise these fish." Okay, what is it? Oh, it's this rare thing and yada yada. Oh, so but yeah, get involved in your local clubs, and there's always enablers in clubs. We're a
mhm.
great bunch of people.
Yeah, and like a lot of I've seen like a lot of like trading. Like one person has one fish, but they want this fish, and that person wants that fish, so they just trade.
Yep,
So it's kind of cool, and
I've done a lot of fish trading.
like I'm about to have to get rid of all of my Formosa that are in this tank. I have so many Formosa in this tank, so maybe I can trade them for something or sell them, or I'm hoping I could maybe trade them for something different. That would be kind of cool.
And eventually you'll have some young opistos that you can maybe trade for other opistos
Yeah. Uh, um,
or placos or cories or
I'm hoping my endlers will eventually start doing endler things, but I'm just not. I just don't have luck with endlers and guppies. My Formosa did fine, but the
yeah,
endlers, the guppy, just nope.
yeah, endlers still aren't doing anything.
They still are not. No, none of my females are pregnant. Um, they came pregnant, so I know they can get pregnant.
Right.
But just nothing since they got here. So
I
I'm
wonder
done with the
I
with the
wonder if you
guppy.
have to harden their water a little bit.
Yeah, I'm thinking it's got to be something with the water.
Oh, yeah. Hmm.
Everything else seems to love the water, especially the apistos, because man,
Oh
uh,
gosh, yeah.
yeah. And my angels have spawned 3 times now. I mean, the guys haven't got it together, obviously, but they will. They'll figure it out in time. All right. Well, y'all, we have gone well over that hour mark, so
Yeah. And it was
I,
fun.
it was, and I appreciate all of you coming and hanging out with us. I don't know exactly what's going to be going on this next week. Like I said, I got some stuff coming up, but I'll get with Nerd. I'll get with Mr. Mouse, and um, either I'll be here this Saturday or coming up, or next Saturday rather, or yeah, we'll figure something out. But I will see you guys around. And Nerd, you got anything going on?
I don't have much going on other than work and working, surfing YouTube. It seems to be
Well,
my life lately.
we'll get you, doing a live on your channel too eventually.
Eventually.
One
Eventually I'll
Saturday, I'll
put
be like,
something
hey,
up.
we're doing it on yours. We're going
Oh
over to
no.
Nerd's house.
That could be fun and interesting.
That could be. You know what, Shirley? I am right there with you. I am old and tired too. So, um, I hope everyone has a good New Year's. If I don't see you before next year, hopefully you all have a good year, and I will see y'all next time.
Yeah. Stay safe and get everyone sleep well when